Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a G.I. Joe Command Post yearbook from 1967, and this was sort of an item that I think you got basically if you were part of the G.I. Joe Club, which you signed up for via mail. And so this thing would get sent to you in the mail, and I blocked out the address here, but essentially you can see this was an item that was sent to collectors of G.I. Joe at that time period. And this was back before the Adventure Team was introduced, but you'll notice as I flip through the pages that they're starting to introduce more adventure-themed sets. They didn't go full-on adventure mode until a couple years later, but 1967 was sort of, they were starting to steer away from military-oriented things. So we'll take a look at this, and it's pretty interesting. Right here on this first page, you can see these various things are starting to steer towards more adventure kind of things, like the deep sea diver, the sea sled, astronaut, and here's the table of contents page. And interesting thing about this, where it's sort of a lot of historical stuff in here, but also you know, it's essentially an advertisement for G.I. Joe as a brand, and, you know, obviously trying to sell more products to the various collectors. First on the Moon, you know, all about the, you know, adventures into space that were starting to happen in 1967. So pretty interesting stuff. And here we have D-Day, the drama of the Normandy invasion. So again, a lot of historical stuff in here, which is pretty interesting. The pictures are great, and honestly, they didn't steer completely away from military stuff, obviously. You know, a lot of very interesting historical stuff. The other battle for Normandy, and you can see, like, here they're featuring the air war, and Congressional Medal of Honor, and you can see President Johnson here, pictured giving the award here. Detail on Sergeant York. Pretty cool. And then we start to get into details about military uniforms. And here you can see the progression, you know, of the various outfits. And here, interesting thing, like, they show these uniforms, but I don't think these were ever really available, like, for G.I. Joe. So it wasn't completely a sales pitch. You know, maybe they were thinking about doing this at some point, but they never did. So you can call it a you know, a brochure for G.I. Joe, but sort of a mixture of both. You know, historical stuff, but also you know, really trying to show the kind of toys that would be available for kids. Now here's the real interesting part, where we get into the color section, and this is basically a brochure for G.I. Joe, and showing the various talkers here. That's very cool. And I have the reproductions of some of these, but I'd love to have the full set eventually. I featured some of the reproduction talkers on my channel. You can check those out if you want to. And here you can see some of the vehicles: Crash Crew, this Jeep, and also this Desert Patrol Jeep. And also here, a couple of interesting sets, Heavy Weapons and the Tank Commander. Nice sets. I'd love to have those in my collection at some point. And here, even more. This one is one I really want to get at some point. This landing signal officer. They call him the Deck Commander, but basically it's a landing signal officer. And Air Sea Rescue also, and Deep Freeze. That's another set I'd really love to have in my collection at some point. So very interesting stuff. And then a profile on the Jeep, so that's pretty interesting. And then the military careers of our presidents, another historical thing, which is interesting, but again, not really a sales pitch for G.I. Joe specifically, because they didn't produce any depictions of presidents until they got into the classic collection, which was in the 1990s. So, and then we have a profile of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That's pretty interesting. And then this section is all about various forms of air travel and how it plays into not only, you know, warfare, but also, you know, adventures into space. The Saturn rocket here. Yeah, and here we have a picture of a helicopter. Animals in action, another interesting section. And again, wasn't really covered in the original G.I. Joe line, but later on, basically when the classic collection came along, this came into play quite a bit. Actually, they had, you know, K9 patrol kind of sets where you'd actually get a dog with a soldier and stuff like that. So pretty interesting. And then we have stuff about the Navy. So, you know, we have like a picture of the Nautilus down here, and also basically the salvaging of the Gemini space capsule here. So that's pretty cool, and you can see the Frogman in action. So, which is great. Honestly, you know, the Frogman being part of the G.I. Joe line was hugely popular and one of the more interesting aspects of G.I. Joe. Here we have great moments in U.S. military history. And here, a way to sign up for the G.I. Joe Club. So, cool stuff. And then on the back, another featured thing. These were the cadets. So you have the Air Cadet, Annapolis Cadet, West Point, and Weapons Rack, and the Foot Locker as well. So, and these were sort of like the very stylized, you know, kind of dress uniforms of the Service Academy. And on the back, you know, again, historical depiction. So a great addition to my collection, and this basically was a hand-me-down item from my older brother, because it was published obviously before I was born. So cool thing. I'm very happy to have it and just happy to share it with you. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, think about subscribing to the channel, because I will be covering more of this in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.